What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Nash here. Welcome back to the channel. Excuse me. Now, before we get started with today's very interesting video, the road to 200 subs has now come to a close, and we're now on the road to 500 subs. Who knows? Maybe we might hit 500 subs by the end of the summer. Only time will tell. But as I have said in previous videos, if this channel does get to 500 subs, I will open up this Korean LOB booster box in its entirety on the channel that I got from my partners at Collector Store. So be sure to check them out. Link and address will be in the description below. By checking them out, excuse me, not only does it support them, it also supports the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. On the hopes to potentially pull a Blue Eyes White Dragon, a Dark Magician, a Red Eyes Black Dragon, a piece of Exodia, Monster Reborn, Pot of Greed. The possibilities are out there. However, if this channel gets to 1,000 subs, I will open up this first edition Toon Chaos box in its entirety on the channel that I also got from my partners at Collector Store, on the hopes to potentially pull a collector's rare out of the set, much similar to what I pulled out of my Genesis Impact box I opened up last year, which is obviously this beautiful Beat Cop from the Underworld. This he looks absolutely beautiful, you guys. Obviously, with all of the new dark-based decks that are going to be coming out into the format, this card will definitely come in quite handy. So definitely pick yourself up a few copies of a Troll and Toad or TCG player, depending on what your preference is. But as for me, I'm getting this copy of mine graded, but excuse me, but I never really got the chance, came up with the chance to do it. So with that being said, if you guys want to see these boxes get opened, maybe you guys want more episodes of WWE's Biggest Issue, maybe you guys want more episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue, deck profiles, card discussions, WWE topic videos, or maybe, just maybe, you guys want some premium live event predictions and results. Well, if you guys want all of that and more, my channel is the place to be. So if you guys are new to the channel, and I know that a lot of you guys are, because more than 80% of you guys are watching the content, excuse me, but you guys aren't even subscribed. And to top it all off, we gotta get more women to watch the content as well. So if you guys are watching the content, you like the content, and you want more of the content, but you guys have not subscribed yet, then make sure you guys do indeed subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, smash that thumbs up button on this video, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And I want you guys to post in the comments below answering the question of the day, which basically ties with today's video. But the question of the day is this. Which actually, in a way, it kind of does, but the question of the day is this: which wrestler outside of WWE would you guys like to see get signed to WWE, and which brand should they go to, and why? Let me know down in the comments below. And for today's video, it appears that someone has officially signed with WWE, and he is none other than Jacob Fatu. Now obviously the SmackDown after WrestleMania, we saw the impending debut of Toma Tonga, who is the son of Haku, make his way over to SmackDown. And obviously, Solo Sikoa has now taken the reign, no pun intended, but the reins as the head of the bloodline. And apparently, rumors are swirling that it's not Solo, it's actually The Rock that is making the decisions. And it'll be interesting to see where Paul Heyman's allegiance lies, because obviously you guys know that his allegiance had lied with Roman Reigns for the last 4 years, and up until now, and it was actually up until last week on SmackDown that Heyman rode with Roman Reigns, but now he's riding with Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga, and now with Roman Reigns out of WWE, having lost the undisputed WWE title to Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania on night 2. Apparently, there's been obviously we know that there have been a lot of changes for and to the bloodline, including the debut of Tama Tonga, and now the potential signing of Jacob Fatu, and it appears that he has indeed signed with WWE, and it was actually reported by Fightful Select. Big shout out, no copyrights as always. That as he calls himself, he calls himself the Samoan Werewolf, and apparently the Samoan Werewolf had told people he'd signed with WWE, and he was pulled, and that was actually the reason why he was pulled from his schedule in GCW, and it appears that he was backstage on night 2 of WrestleMania 40, and apparently, and according to PW Insider, they added saying that the former MLW World Champion, Major League Wrestling World Champion, has indeed signed with WWE. Now, it is interesting that Jacob Fatu, for those who are curious, is the son of the Tonga Kid, and get this, Rikishi is Tonga Kid's twin brother. Think about that. Think about that. Which would make the Usos, both Jimmy and Jey Uso, and Solo Sikoa, cousins of Jacob Fatu. And crazy enough, and what's even more crazy is that he's actually been so impressive over the last several years, being a part of promotions like MLW, GCW, New Japan Pro Wrestling, HOG, and of course Defy Wrestling over the last several years. And WWE had been interested in signing Jacob, but it never really came to pass up until now. And he posted a photo not that long ago of him of both Haku and the Tonga Kid with none other than the Hall of Famer, the late great Bobby the Brain Heenan. And it's interesting to see where this whole bloodline story goes, because now that Jacob Fatu has reportedly signed with WWE, there's a lot of, there have been more questions than answers, given to us than answers. And one of the biggest questions was, what was next for Roman Reigns? And he even said, I think it was on, in his A&E biography or something like that, where he said that if he doesn't beat Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 40, he was going to leave WWE. And imminently, he did. And what's even more interesting is that according to and this was actually recent. We just found out recently that according to Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer, the original idea was for Cody Rhodes to take the title off of Roman at last year's WrestleMania when it was here in my hometown of LA. And ironically enough, Triple H was on board. But of course, we all know Roman Reigns. He was having none of it. He was having none of it. But now that Cody Rhodes is indeed the the WWE champion, and now that the new bloodline group consists of The Rock, Solo Sikoa, and Toma Tonga, the question now becomes this. The question now becomes this. There are so many questions left unanswered, and one of the biggest questions is, now that Jimmy Uso has been exiled from the bloodline, is he going to reunite with his twin brother, main event Jey Uso? That right there is the big question that everybody's been talking about for the last couple of weeks or so. And another question, excuse me. And another big question is, who does Jacob Fatu side with? Does he side with Tonga Kid and Solo Sikoa and The Rock, or does he side with Roman Reigns and the Usos? Because there's been also a lot of rumors going around saying that Zilla Fatu, who is the son of the late great Umaga, apparently there's been rumors that he's going to be signed with WWE within the next couple of months or so. Supposedly, we don't really know, but it's crazy to see how far this bloodline story has gone. And I get that there's been a lot of people that's been saying, oh, the bloodline story has gone on for way too long and needs to end. Trust me, I was indeed one of them. But when Cody Rhodes won the title, all that did was just give us more questions that we really can't answer. So in a way, this is probably by far one of the craziest things I've seen. I would probably say since since the Nexus, and the Nexus story was pretty interesting, to say the very least. But obviously there have been more questions than answers. And also another major question is, are we going to see Roman Reigns come back as a babyface? If he does, he, aside from Cody Rhodes, he's going to be one of, if not the biggest babyface we've had in years. And what's even more crazy is that we just found out recently that 4 superstars have been released from WWE. One of them is being, I think it's Jinder Mahal, Xia Li, Zion Quinn, and there was one other person. Oh my god, I don't remember. I want to see who it is. Give me 1 second, you guys. I believe... Oh my god, there's been quite a few... There's been a few releases. Actually, they just released 5. Okay, so we know of 3. It's... okay, here it is. So Xia Li, Zion Quinn, and all 3 members of Indus-Share. Veer, Sangha, and of course Jinder Mahal. So it appears that WWE has decided to hinder Jinder. I don't know why they would, but I mean, to be fair, there was really nothing going. There was like nothing for them at this point. I think Xia Li and Zion Quinn were free agents. Had signed free agency contracts with WWE. But excuse me, but yeah, I mean, but to be fair, to be fair, with Jinder Mahal, the biggest accomplishment that he had was becoming WWE champion in 2017. But for Veer and Sangha, they should have won at least the NXT tag team titles, but they never did. They never got the chance to. But as far as like Xia Li goes, I mean, to be fair, she did sign with WWE in 2017, right around that time. But to be fair, she didn't really do a whole lot, as WWE just matches drastically failed. They failed miserably with her. Same thing with Zion Quinn. He was a bit of a weird one. His signing was a bit weird. But he, I don't know, but I don't know, but Jinder Mahal took to X and he said, quote, "I quit, Maharaja out." So yeah, so obviously they're no longer with WWE, which is a bit unfortunate, but that only leaves room for new talent to make their way into WWE. And again, one of them is indeed Jacob Fatu. But again, this bloodline story has left us with more questions than answers, and we'll just have to wait and see. But we don't really, but as far as Jacob goes, we don't really know where he's gonna go. The idea, so here's the thing: if he goes to NXT, he can do his own thing, stay there for about a year, or for about a year or so, and then potentially win a championship and then make his way into the main roster. If he goes to Raw, odds are he might end up siding with main event Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, and Roman Reigns to take on the new bloodline, which apparently is Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, and The Rock. If he goes to SmackDown, odds are Solo Sikoa might convince Jacob Fatu to join the group, and the bloodline will just become 10 times more dangerous than it is now, because as we saw last night on SmackDown, Kevin Owens got busted open at the hands of a car accident, no thanks to Tama Tonga. And honestly, I think with the new era in WWE, I can guarantee you this is far from over. But what are your guys' thoughts on this whole thing? Where should Jacob Fatu go? And what's next for the bloodline? Let me know down in the comments below, and that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more WWE topic videos in the future, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and follow me on all my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.